Good morning, my dear students. Today I will start class 5 and 7 maths. Multiplying fraction by fraction and also multiplying fraction by the numbers or whole numbers. If it is improper mixed fraction, then we should convert at first into a improper fraction. That means we should multiply with 4 and 2 and add it after that you should add it the 1. 4 2s are 8 plus 1, that is 9 here, and after that this one is called the upper half and this one is called the lower half. Okay, upper half we should write here 9, or the numerator and denominator. We should divide numerator with denominator. This numerator and denominator and this numerator and denominator. Also you should divide by the diagonally. Okay, you should, suppose it is like this, you should divisible by this type of calculation, and also you should calculate, or you should divisible when it is multiply, you should divisible by this one and this one also. You should divisible or divide by these numbers. The same number you should divide. 3 and 9 also the same number. Which number, by which number 3 and 9 divide? 9 and 3 also divide by 3. That means we should cut 3 and 9 divide by 3. 3 ones are 3 and 3 threes are 9, so we should write here 3. 2 and 10, that is also diagonally divisible by 2. Both of the number divisible by 2, that's why you should cut 2 and 10. 2 ones are 2 and 2 fives are 10. Upper half, or as a numerator, here is, you should multiply with numerator, and after calculating, or after you should find out at first the lower terms of this fraction. After that you should get in multiply with the numerator. You should write here as a numerator, and you should multiply the denominator, and you should write as a denominator. 3 fives are 15, so we should write here 15. 1 ones are 1. If it is lower half or as a denominator is 1, so not necessary to write here, so you should write here just 15. Okay, after that we should go the next, this one. Okay, at first if you should cut in here, that is the wrong process. That's why we should write it again. After that we should divide it by the same number. 15 by 6. 3 and 6 also divide by 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. After that we should go the next. 5 and 15 also the same, and one's place is at the number of 5. That means we should divide by these two numbers divisible by 5. 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15. After that we should go the next. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. After that 8 and 12 also divide by 4. That means 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12. We should write here 3 threes are 9 by 2. If it is improper fraction, we should convert it into a mixed fraction. 4 twos are 8, 1 is remainder. Which one is remainder, you should write in the upper half or as a numerator. And which number, by which number you can divide, you should write in the as denominator, so that it is the answer. So I will tell you again. At first you should write here the numbers or fractions. After that you should divide by the same number diagonally or vertically, if it is possible. 3 and 6 divisible by 3. Both of the numbers divisible by 3. That's why you should cut the numbers and divide by 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. 2 here. After that 5 and 15 also both of the numbers divisible by 5. Okay, both of the numbers divisible by 5. That means 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15. After that we should go the next 2 and 24. Both of the numbers that divide or divisible by 2. 2 ones are 2, so we should write here 2, or not necessary to write here. 2 twelves are 24, or 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. After that 12 and 8. 12 and 8 also divisible by 4. 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12. So we should write here 3. After the lower part, or after calculating the lower part, we should multiply with the numerators and the denominators. You should multiply with the numerators and write over here as a numerator. 3 3s are 9, so we should write here 9, and 2 1s are also 2, so we should write here 9 by 2. If it is improper fraction, then we should convert it into a mixed fraction. 4 is right like this. 2 4s are 8. So 1 is remainder, that means 1 as a numerator, and 2 is divisible number, that means 2 is in here. Or as a denominator we should write here. After that we should go the next. Multiply the fraction by the whole number. That means we should write here 4 15s are 4 by 15 as a fraction. Sorry. And if it is multiplied with 5 as a whole number, we should write it again and divisible. If it is 5, that means if it is 5 by 1, that means 5 as numerator. 5 numerator divisible by 15. 5 and 15 are both of the numbers are divisible by 5. 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15. That means we should write here 4 ones are 4 divided by 3. That is also the improper fraction. That's time we should convert it into a mixed fraction. Sorry, right over here 1. 3 ones are 3, 1 as a remainder. Remaining number we should write here in the as a numerator. Okay. And dividend you should write in as a denominator. So many homeworks are there, so you should do it yourself and submit your copy. Then we should go the next. What is reciprocal or multiplicative inverse? Or what is multiplicative inverse? Multiplicative inverse, that means it is, if it is 4 by 5, that means the reciprocal of 4 by 5, 5 by 4. That means we should write in the numerator goes as a denominator, and denominator goes as a numerator. That is called the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse. We should use or needed this reciprocal or multiplicative inverse needed when it is the division time or division time. If it is 1, after multiplicative inverse it is also 1, because 1 by 1, that is also 1 by 1. Okay, and the reciprocal or multiplicative inverse of 1 is the same number, that is also 1. Okay, do you understand? After that we should go the next. 3 by 4, if it is divided by 9 by 12, that means it is 3 by 4 multiplying with 12 by 9. This division convert into a multiplication, and we should write after division this fraction we should convert it into a reciprocal or multiplicative inverse. That means at first we should write the first number as the same, but when it is division or divide time, on that time divide convert into a multiplication sign, and also the next fraction or whole numbers convert into a multiplicative inverse or will be changed into a multiplicative inverse or reciprocal. After that we should go to the multiplication system. 4 3s are 12 and 3 3s are 9. 3 cut with the 3, that means it is 1. Okay, do you understand? That is called the dividend, that is called divisor. Dividend, that is divisor. Do you understand? That is called, sorry, it is extremely sorry for that. That is divisor and that is dividend. Okay. When it is the division time, on that time divisor will be convert in multiplication inverse, or it is converted into a reciprocal. That means numerator goes in the denominator and denominator goes into a numerator. Okay, but the first number or dividend is the same, dividend same, but divisor we should getting a multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse or multiplicative inverse. Okay, divisor will be converted into a multiplicative inverse or reciprocal, but the dividend are the same in each and every time when it is division. So suppose it is 24 divided by, at first we should convert it into a improper fraction. That means we should convert, don't change over here, but if it is mixed, if any dividend or divisor, if any number will be mixed fraction, then we should convert it into a improper fraction. 3 to the 6 plus 2, that is 8, and 3 at first divided is the same multiplication, and the inverse of this divisor, it is 3 by 8. It is a 9. Okay, so these are your homework. Page number 64, 68, 70, 71 and 72. All of these are your homework. Okay, from class 5. Till this. Right over here off, that means of also you should multiply sign. You should give the multiplication sign or multiply. Find the product, that means also you should find out the multiplication. Razor. So many homeworks are there, that means you should do it properly. And at first practice these things. After that you should go the next and you should go homework properly. What is, find out the reciprocal or multiplicative inverse of the following. That means if it is 2 by 3, we will convert it into a 3 by 2. That means numerator goes in the as a denominator and denominator goes as a numerator. Division of fraction also I already discussed or taught these things. If it is 24 divided 4, that means 24 multiplied with 1 by 4. That means it is 6. Okay. So your homework till 46 pages.